All right, good morning again, everyone, and welcome back to the KSR YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today is race day for the Freedom 500. Gotta admit, I'm not feeling it. I haven't felt like driving a race car lately. I just don't think I don't think, you know, the talent, the other guys that's gonna be in the race, I just don't think I really got a chance to win. I don't think I'm gonna go down. It just, you know, sometimes you just feel like, you know, maybe getting a little too old, reflexes are getting a little slow. Just don't really think I have a chance to win, so why even show up? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna stay here at the shop and get some work done. Anyway. What was that? I'm going racing? Screw that noise. I can be 80 and you could put me in a shopping cart with a lawnmower in it and tell me to go race somebody else and I'm still want to go racing. So yeah, we're going racing and we're taking the Lexus to the Burnout show, which it's, turns out we do have a little bit of an oil leak. Like you saw the crack, well, we fixed that, but apparently there's another little hole in the weld that we didn't see. It's too late to fix it. Hopefully it keeps oil in it for the whole Burnout thing. I think it will. I mean, the thing's got, what was it, 8.5 quarts of oil in it? Yeah. Yeah, so it's got a lot of oil in it. Hoping that it'll get the tires off pretty quick because we added some nitrous to it. Actually, it's had nitrous on it. I will admit that I haven't tuned it on the nitrous like I wanted to do on the dyno, but it's got nitrous on it. So hopefully we can get her up into 3rd or 4th gear. And then we will be able to go fast on getting the tires off this thing. So another thing we did to the Lexus, which I kind of briefly mentioned in the last video, and you can see it down there, we put an electric water pump in line with the hose that also feeds the mechanical water pump. And in testing it, I took it out, drove it around yesterday. It's kind of crazy again, because apparently I'm always behind schedule from really trying to put too much in my schedule. Got to do a better job of that so I can bring you guys more YouTube content. But anyways, took it out and drove it around yesterday, and now it stays like with the fan and the water pump running, even just driving it around, it stays at like 150 degrees. Obviously it's gonna be a little different doing a Burnout with it, but my hope is that if it does chuck the belt off again, because I'm smashing the limiter just for 3 minutes straight, hopefully it'll be a little more like 2 minutes this time. But if it's smashing up against the limiter and it chucks the belt off of it, well, I still have water flow and that won't destroy the engine. I'll feel the power steering go away when I'm steering it around, but I can manage without power steering and the battery will stay charged long enough for me to hopefully finish the Burnout and get the tires blown off the thing. If you guys haven't already, get your pay-per-view for the Freedom 500. Also covers Cleetus and Cars tomorrow. And if you really want to get the deal, get the Cleater Crew deal, where it's $100 for every event for the entire year. That's really the better deal. And I'm a sucker for a deal. I don't know if you guys are, but go to Publix, buy one, get one free stuff. I'm always buying way too many groceries. It's just how I operate. If it looks like a deal, I'm gonna buy it. So, got one other thing to show you before we start loading up. And I'm pretty excited about it. Something I've never had before. So, hold on just a second. All right, so I mentioned that I had something special, at least for me, that I've never had before. I'll show you guys what it is. So if you have watched and followed along with Cleetus's channel, my channel, I've always had the same fire suit. It's getting kind of old. It's just a generic fire suit that I had bought. It was a Sparco. And if you didn't know, Sparco designs their suits based off of European sizing. And I guess in Europe, most people that are 6 feet tall, like I am, are quite a bit larger. So I buy the suit that's for somebody my height, and it's big and baggy. But if I buy the suit that fits me better through the middle, it's tight everywhere. In my armpits, my crotch. It's not a lot of fun. It's not so bad when I'm sitting down in a race car, but standing around, it's just not super comfortable. So that suit was getting a little old, and at the end of last year, we were at the Trans Am race at VIR in Virginia, and there was a company there that can measure you for a custom fire suit. So got myself a custom fire suit. Not only that, you can include embroidery in the design of your suit. So I got a fire suit that's got my logo on it. And you know, many years ago, I didn't ever think this was gonna be a thing. Check that out. Got some of my companies on it that have always been supportive of the KSR and myself and what I'm doing. Got Motion Raceworks, Holly, and TRZ Motorsports. All these guys, been a huge part of my racing career. Hope to be doing a whole lot more with them in the upcoming years as we get the Cutlass down. I know, guys, I know I'm slacking on the Cutlass. It's not that things aren't happening. It's just that so many of you guys want work done. And as a business owner first, I want to get all that work done. Now, KSR has been around for, I want to say 13 years now. Yeah, 2009 is when I started KSR. And my priority is keeping all my employees paid. Right now, I don't make enough money with YouTube to do that. So the primary business for me is still the shop. Now, do we want to blow the YouTube up more like something like what Cletus has got? I mean, obviously that's a goal. We want to keep growing the channel. And if you are new here, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell, check your subscription if you think you're subscribed, because you might not be. I know I had a channel recently that I got unsubscribed from, just a random one that I didn't really watch much, but I know that I was subscribed to it. Stopped seeing their notifications in my email list and just saw them on a random video and was like, oh yeah, I used to watch those guys. Well, now I'm resubscribed to them. But anyways, on the Cutlass, there is some things happening, and I don't think there's much actually here at the shop to show. There's a couple of pieces that I've put up there. The transmission bell housing is here. I have ordered a transmission, a Turbo 400, from a company, and they are assembling it, and hopefully we'll have it done, I think, within a month. So I'm accumulating parts. If you look up there, you can kind of see the end of an axle sticking out. That is my TRZ Ford 9-inch for the G-body. Probably going to sell that one, actually, because I want to change the design around a little bit and go to a full floater on the axle housing ends. And it would make better sense to just sell that complete to somebody. That's not a cheap unit. That's $6,500 plus worth of rear end housing for a G-body. But kind of interested in selling that complete, and then I can do the floater housing, because my thought with building the car, at least where I am now, I'm gonna build it to where it's legal to go, you know, low sixes at over 200 miles an hour. I doubt my small block Oldsmobile will go quite that far, but if I've got the chassis to do it, maybe something comes up in the future to where I can put a big block in it and I don't have to go back and redo the chassis, redo the rear end. It'll already be there. It won't cost a ton more money to go ahead and do the rear end now. The chassis is already 25.3 on the spec, which I promise we'll show you, but you can kind of see a little bit of the roll cage in the door there. Yeah, it's somewhere up in there. But some of the stuff we are going to be redoing. Like when we get it down, we're going to redo the wheel tubs that I did in it. But just because I can do carbon fiber ones now, kind of want to do that to try to keep the car nice and light. But the big news about the car is the engine is almost done. So a friend of mine named Bill Travato up at BTR up in New York has been working on a small block Oldsmobile for me. It's going to be 380 cubic inches. It is based off an Oldsmobile NASCAR block, real Oldsmobile, Apparently I'm a glutton for punishment when it comes to my engine selection, but the Oldsmobile Challenge is something that kind of excites me instead of just throwing an LS or a big block Chevrolet in the car. Now when I want to go real fast, I'm not gonna lie, it might end up with a big block Chevrolet in it. Sorry Oldsmobile guys, come up with some kind of big block that'll handle 3,500 horsepower. We might just go that route. But anyways, right now, the plan is to put the small block Oldsmobile in it, probably a single 94 or 98 millimeter turbo, see if we can at least go as fast as what Soccer Mom's gone. Now, considering my engine is twice the cost of Soccer Mom's engine, I guess that's just the price you pay for running kind of an off-brand, not very common engine. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride with that. Hopefully you enjoy it. It will be a long build series because there's lots to do. They're gonna end up redoing all of the floors in the entire car. They were rusty back when I put the car up there. Back then I was just trying to get the car done. I was gonna deal with it, but I wanna make it nice now. I do have carbon fiber doors for the car. I've got to cut the front frame rails off to make room for some of the activities they're going to have going on up there. Probably going to change that bar that goes through the firewall there. Lots and lots and lots of things to change, but that's going to be coming up as soon as we can get some of these other cars out of here. And supposedly the shocks for the black car are ready to ship. I'll have to tell you that, guys, that story. It's kind of a sad deal, but we might have our shocks back after a year and a half of sending them out to California for a rebuild. Anyways, so it's time for us to load this thing up. CJ's packing up the last of the things I've got. Hey, before you take those off, we need to make a mark on those. So hold on just a second. Okay. So we're about to pack this up in the trailer and get our happy selves down to Bradenton. See if we can win a Lamborghini. Yeah, I just said that. Not gonna lie, I feel a little like I got a little screwed last year. I won the thing. I didn't even get the Crown Vic that I won the race with. I have to talk to old Cleater about that. Maybe he'll give me something else in consolation. Or I can just suck it up and win the Lamborghini. How about that? All right, we're gonna load up. See you guys in a minute. Cardboard. All right, so Drew is already down. He went down to Lakeland last night because he had a go-karting thing somewhere down there and went to hang out with some family. He will meet us at the track, but we're loading up to bring his super duper little racing buggy truck. See if, I haven't talked to Cletus yet and see if we're gonna line up Garza and Drew, but probably see this thing bombing around down at the Freedom Factory a little bit. it's it has brakes now, which is, I was kind of impressing upon Drew, it needed brakes. But apparently that's all fixed. Go get this loaded up and then we will be on the road for Bradenton. All right, everything is loaded up. Got Drew's mini truck back there. The old beater bomber Lexus road race / burnout car. And we are on the road for Bradenton. Got my security force with me somewhere back there. Where's he at? Not, you know, the camera's not looking. Now it's at you. Now what are you gonna do? It's where's Copper? Copper! Oh, there he is. Probably soaking wet from all the rain last night. Oh. Copper's got his security jacket on today. He's gonna be watching out for any of you guys trying to steal some merch. He just might pee on you. Right, CJ?
Yeah.
Story of that is Copper peed on CJ at LS Fest last year. Just completely random. Anyways, we're on the road. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I know I said that earlier in the video, but it is what it is. See you guys at Bradenton.